Hello everyone! Since there are new joiners in our group, why don't you all reintroduce yourselves? Start with your name and a little bit about yourselves. Okay? So now let's start with our star Neelesh.
Esteemed and honorable guests, you have the privilege of meeting me, Nilesh Satyamurthy. I am 17 years old. I'm studying in the 12th grade of CRBS school. I have a rare disorder called JFM, Jumping Frenchman of May, where sudden stimulus can lead to exaggerated reactions like jumping, biting, kicking, screaming. Oh, I also love chocolate, anything with the word gold in it.
That's great. Now tell us about your week, Neelesh.
My week. My week was eventful to say the least. Ah, last Tuesday when I was trying to turn on the TV, I'm bored. What should I do? I knew it was a bad idea. I'm not a fool. But I did it anyway.
Are they saying you should be killed?
You see, getting startled when you turn on the TV and see people screaming at each other is normal. But I fall and jump every time. Man, here's another one that happened on Thursday. I was sleeping, and due to my condition, I usually put my phone on mute. Ladies and gentlemen, on that inauspicious Thursday evening, I forgot. Wow. 13th time this month.
You're keeping count of what exactly?
Turns out, I hit the accept button and was now in a call with my friend Sid. The number of times I hurt myself because I forgot to mute my loud phone.
Are you fine? Did you get hurt somewhere?
Nah, nothing. I'm fine. You see, my arm was scratched up, but since it's a usual occurrence and Sid was on the phone, I didn't mind it at all. Sid was the only friend who knew what I was going through and didn't treat me like a freak. I don't exactly like humans. I could make an exception for my friend, I guess. That was the end of that, though. You hear this one? It just happened yesterday. I was in a video call with my friend Krish.
Hey man, don't get freaked out because I'm gonna turn off my lights and move into the next room. Is that okay?
What happened to you, Krish? You usually startle me every Monday morning.
Hey, come on. I don't feel like teasing you anymore.
To be frank, I was suspicious. I knew a rotten apple doesn't become fresh. Yet, I let it slide.
Oof. What is CC? I got you so.
I can take a joke. I genuinely can. But come on. Make me the butt of all jokes. It's not funny anymore. Despite all this, quarantine's been treating me well. And I have to see my friends, be around them, watching helplessly as they try to fit me into their box of normal. I'm the clown of their circus. They just don't know that every time they scare me, it's just gonna get worse. I'm genuinely happy to be around people who treat me just the way I am. A perfectly happy young teenage boy who has goals and aspirations to be more than people's cheap entertainment.
That was quite a week you had, Neelesh. Yet you pushed through really well. I like that about you very much. Moving on, let's see what a multi-talented Chennai is up to, shall we? Still winning hearts and blowing minds with all your all-rounder artistic antics. Also, how's that modesty bit working out for you?
Oh, you're too kind, Miss Akira.
Quite well, evidently. Enough with the pleasantries already. I want to hear all about your week. I made popcorn and all. Now spill.
The beans or the popcorn?
You know what I mean. Start already. I'm dying out here.
I can relate.
So this is how my week started. I woke up to a splendid morning as the golden droplets of sun filtered through the blinds of my bedroom. The mynas were chirping and the smell of the neighbor's palpayasam wafted through my window.
That surely must have been the reason. Golden droplets of the sun had woken her up, it seems.
As I was saying, the palpayasam, with the smell of the divine concoction, I was ready to do anything for a taste. I even considered pulling off a Mission Impossible in broad daylight.
If your story is entirely about that Pal Payasam, I might as well bid adieu to thou, my grief sharing companion. Also, if you had wanted that Pal Payasam so badly, couldn't you have just gone and asked?
When have I ever said that?
Agree with Mr. Jumping Frenchman of Maine here. It's a bit overdramatic, even for you.
Hey,
The neighbors have hated me ever since the Merchant of Venice group rehearsal shenanigans.
Right, don't even.
Shh, everyone. Then what happened, Rita? Did Tom Cruise find out through your mutual friends?
Cutting to the chase, I had a truly wonderful morning and I was getting ready to attend my online Bharatanatyam class. Everything was fine until
Rita, what is this? Is this some Shakespearean way of showing your love for the art form? Coming to think of it, Shakespeare was a weird guy of me.
Sorry, Gitaka, I was just trying to swat a fly. They're for sure a nuisance.
A few moments later.
What is it now? Chandramukhi mode after in dance class. Get back to dancing. Disrespect, ah? Just you wait. I'll tell your parents. God knows what they will do. They may even resort to putting malaga in your eyes.
No, Akka, it's not that. I hold you in the highest regard. It's the Hackers Bazaar platform.
Trying to change the subject by throwing around words that I don't understand. Wait, I'll call your mother right now.
Hello, Akka? Are you there? I can't hear you. The hackers are causing some virus.
I can hear you. Just you wait.
Hello? Hello, Akka?
Wow.
Nothing less than drama.
where can I get 1 kg of Milagai?
You think this was funny? Do you, Mr. Jumping Frenchman of Maine?
Nice one, sister. Continue.
Yes, truly fascinating.
But I don't think I fully understand your condition.
Sorry, fellows, I was so carried away by our great Rita story here. I forgot to explain what alien hand syndrome is. Alien hand syndrome is a phenomenon in which one hand is not under the control of the mind. The person loses control of the hand and it acts as if it has its own mind. Understood?
Go on, what else happened?
My life is that entertaining to you all, huh? Anyway, I was on a video call with my dearest childhood buddies, and this happened. Guys, how's lockdown been teaching you? And yeah, how are Amma Appa doing?
Good. How are your parents doing?
Yeah, they're doing well, thanks.
Guys, I know you've been bored and all, but have you done anything other than filling your bowl of chips?
So you just assumed it was chips. Gotta say, bang on.
You haven't changed it all, man.
Of course, that's only for people who come an inch close to exhibiting an iota of intelligence.
Yes, it's me. That is true. But I think Rita would have done something useful. So why don't you tell us about that, Rita?
Charlie, now's not the time.
Did everyone else see and hear that?
Yeah. She just slapped herself.
Yeah, she just slapped herself.
She has a new friend.
Guys, calm down. It's just...
I think she is doing one of her comedy bits, but slap herself.
Personally, I think she deserves it. How can she just get a new friend and not even tell us about it?
I'm sure there's some rational explanation to this.
Shalini, stop.
The gall of this girl.
You know what? Even I'm curious to know. Who is Shalini?
Yeah, so my Rita, who's this Shalini that you're referring to?
Guys, say hi to my hand, Shalini. Perhaps it's not the best time to introduce Shalini and Hema. Hema, thanks. Shalini's being impossible today.
What the hell?
Sorry, I'll catch up with you later. Shalini's inching to his end call button. Sorry again, bye.
Those of you who are not up to speed with the whole Hema Shalini deal, it's that people suffering from alien hand syndrome have a tendency to address their hands with a name.
Ah.
Interesting.
For the grand finale, drum roll please. Rita, your final story?
So, as you guys already know, this year I have decided to try my luck with portrayals, an annual theatrics competition. And this year's theme is Shakespearean portrayals. Guess what? I could not stop myself from choosing the balcony scene from Romeo and Juliet for the selection process, which I had to record by myself. This was my worst incident yet. She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night. Being over my head as is a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him. And he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy fall and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn, my love, and I no longer be thy captive.
Fingers crossed that this unconventional interpretation somehow appeals to the judges and you win!
Thank you, friends, from the bottom of my heart. Good you all feel so. And guess what? I just got notified this morning that I did win.
Juliet did have an untimely death, but not because of heartache, because of AHS.
Thank you for the adventure of a lifetime, Rita. Hope you make even more progress in the path of coping up with AHS. It's time for the last person of the day. Sarah, how was your week? Anything interesting or fun?
Interesting? Fun? You living humans sure are funny. You sound just like my nonsensical brother. Well, since you awakened the corpse of Sarah, I shall answer you. My name is, or rather was, Sarah. My age shouldn't matter, as I'm dead and soulless. The doctors told me I suffer from a rare syndrome called Cotard's delusions, and that I'm very much living, but I think I'm not. You have the esteemed privilege of interacting with me, the corpse of Sarah Michelle.
Our beautiful Sarah here suffers from Cotard's delusion. She thinks she's a corpse and that she has delusions that her body's rotting. Also, she thinks that she had lost her organs and etc. Sarah has made so much improvement from the time she has acquired the Cotard syndrome. She is one of my inspiration. With the help of my therapy and the virulence, her disorder has reduced drastically. So Sarah, do tell us about your week.
Well, the undead have no sense of time, but what you mortals call a week is easy for me to remember. My week was pretty pleasant, other than some encounter I had with the nonsensical brother of mine. Oh god, I smell horrible. I know I'm rotting away. Oh, my skin's peeling off. Feel like my head's filling with maggots.
Well, I think you smell too. You see, you haven't taken a bath for the past 4 days. At this point, even if you smell rotten fish, the only thing we can smell from you is your body.
Even when I'm dead, my best encounter can be with the school.
all the time? Is that no replay? But
Aren't you the undead? That's why God didn't take you in, because He doesn't like you. When are you going to lose this delusion of yours? You aren't dead!
Even though my parents tell me that his heart is in the right place, I find that hard to believe. By the way, he can get very annoying.
Hey, are you eating chips? Well, I thought zombies don't eat anything other than brains. Wait, are you by any chance a vegetarian zombie or evolutionary? Ladies and gentlemen, please come and get the tickets.
What does me being dead have to do with me being a zombie or eating brains? I just know I'm dead. And I'm dead.
Isn't that the same thing? Wait,
I will not eat grains. But if I do, the only person's brain I will be eating will be yours. Oh wait. You don't have any at all. Correct. Yes, this is a glimpse of my daily life with my brother. Despite all this, Cortards is very serious. Not all flowers and chocolates. In order to get away from it all, I turned to social media. I had to drop out of school in order to get my treatment for my disorder. Social media gave me a lot of friends, and I was talking with one of them. Hi, how's finding the video?
It's actually been going a little badly. I have no motivation to do anything or achieve any of my daily goals.
I can smell the rotting. My skin's turning very pale. I'm dead. I can't feel my heart anymore.
Turns out, I pushed myself into another one of my anxiety episodes. My mother intervened and I was taken to the hospital under the supervision of my psychiatrist. It was scary. The first time I knew I was dead. I went into crippling depression. I had bipolar disorder. But with the love of my family, I am able to achieve a balance of normality. But I get these attacks frequently. Well, I am better now, but there was a time I was hospitalized due to my disorder. I take on this persona of the undead. It gives me comfort, but it still gets hard for me sometimes.
You are a brave girl, Sarah. I admire you very much. Okay, guys, that's it for today's session. See you guys next week. Bye.
Okay, cool. Alright. Okay, guys, it's a fuck up.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey, recording off பண்ற மாதிரி